I guess we're gonna wait until how do we know when people are there? I'm not showing
I
live
can see
on
the live
my
chat.
laptop yet. Can you guys let us know when you guys can see us? Oh wait, okay. Robin always says there's like an ad that plays on her thing. So I'm getting the ad right now. Okay, there we are. All right, I see us. All
Yeah, I'm waiting
right.
for it to load on the TV. I'm getting the ad right now, so I'm even farther behind, but
Okay, we're good. Seems good looking at yourself on the like when you see yourself on a separate screen, you're like, hey. All right, Michelle can see us. A Court to Crochet, Blue Bean Crochet Brook. Um, there's April, a Cozy Buckeye. Joanne, is it Joanna? Let's see. I should probably look on here because I don't have very good eyes.
ooh, Heather is an moderator, huh?
Yes, we got Heather moderate. I set these up before. I guess they carry over from YouTube, like, or from lives, I guess. So I
Yeah.
don't have to reset up moderators. All right. Cool. All right, so here we are. This is my third live ever. So thank you, Stacy, for agreeing to jump on with me. Um,
Yes, I'm excited.
yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? Let's see if in the chat. Let's see. There's Robin.
Hey,
She's another
Robin.
moderator. What is everybody? Let's start with where is everybody tuning in from? Like, where do you live and what are you crocheting if you're crocheting something? Let's start there.
Are you gonna try to crochet and talk, Tammy?
No, I'm not.
No?
I don't think I could do that. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna crochet?
Yeah, I was working on a fish.
Oh, a fish like this fish?
Yeah, like that fish.
So what I learned is I should not make these fish and walk on the treadmill. That is not a good thing
Oh,
to do.
really?
No, not especially the first time that you make it, because I'm like, oh, it's just small enough. I can like handle it on the treadmill. And no, I mean, it's such a cool little technique that you have here with the gills, but yeah, I didn't do it. See, they look different. One's bigger than the other. So one's right, one's wrong, but they're both cute. So if one of the moderators has the link for this pattern, can you link it in the chat? Since Stacy has agreed to get on with me, we're gonna shout out a couple of her patterns. See if we can help you out that way. And then I'm gonna try
Sure.
and pin it so that and not mess it up. Last time I tried to pin it and I left the chat or I left the video and then had to come back and then it was not good. Not good. So
But you're learning,
I am.
all those experiences are teaching you something.
It is a learning experience, as is crochet. How long have you been crocheting? Like, how many years? I know you've said it in your
Um,
videos before, but in case anybody's new and doesn't know.
yeah, well, plushies almost 3 years,
Okay.
but I learned to crochet when I was little, like 8 or 9 years old. My neighbor taught me how to crochet when I was little. So, and I taught myself how to read patterns, like, when I was probably a teenager and then when I was in my young 20s. So, I crocheted my kids' baby blankets and stuff when they were little, and then plushies
Wow.
has been about 3 years, so
Okay. So yeah, I
yeah.
think I am 3 years into crochet plushies also, but I never crocheted anything else before plushies. So I don't have that experience at all.
Yeah,
Um,
I've even done, like, the, filet crochet, like, the names. Remember people used to make the names out of the little bitty thread and, like, put them
oh
in, like, a
yeah.
frame,
Uh-huh.
like, they would make like, have someone's last name. I've even done some of that, but,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, so we
Yep.
have people from all over Australia, Texas, um, Portugal. Someone's
Wow.
crocheting a Nessie, New York City, Tennessee, Myrtle Beach, crocheting Pokemon, Nova Scotia, Canada, Texas, New York. I think I saw a question for you, Somebody's working on your fancy pants, Louie. Which one's Louie?
Oh, yeah? Louie's the pig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love
oh,
Louie.
Lisa, you live in Arizona just like me. That's awesome. In Norway, and she's making a baby blanket. All right. I saw a question for you. Hold on. I'm going to go back. Let's see if I can pin this.
Moving too fast.
It is moving really
Um,
fast. Okay. Um,
how do you carve out the time to crochet so many great makes, pattern design, and work full time? That
yes,
was
that was a question I had for you before we started. So go ahead and
yeah.
answer that. How do you do it? That was a question I had. I don't even work full
I
time,
don't
and you get
know.
way more done than I do.
Well, things I should do probably get ignored, like, housework.
That's why you have teenagers. They could help you, right?
Well, yeah, my
You
youngest is
bribe them.
16. Um, Actually, I have a housekeeper. I have a house cleaner who comes every other week, and she does the basics. I've done that for years. Absolutely hate cleaning my house, and
Oh, no.
so that just, like, takes care of, like I started doing that after I started working for, like, 4 or 5 years full time. I just couldn't keep up, and I just hated the weekends because then I had to spend them, like, cleaning,
Mhm.
and so I'm like, I could have someone do this in the week while I'm working and pay them so much per hour while I'm making so much per hour, and I won't have to clean." So
Yeah.
I actually still have somebody that comes every other week and cleans my kitchen and does my bathrooms and my floors and stuff. It's really nice. So that's one thing I don't do anymore. So I just do the laundry and the big organizing of stuff, and like other things in between that need done. So that takes some of the work off of me. Part of the reason I probably get so much done. None of my kids are in sports
Oh, they
either. So
okay,
like
and so
we're not,
that's usually a big
yeah,
thing that when kids are in sports, it's
yeah.
usually
Yeah, so 3 years ago when I started crocheting was my last kid was done with sports, and so, like, we were no longer running to basketball, baseball, softball, everything all the time that I did for, like, 10 years in a row, and so all of a sudden I had all this free time because we weren't doing tournaments on the weekends and going to
mhm.
practice all the time and running all over the place, so that freed up a lot of time too, that we don't go to any sports or anything like that anymore, so, um,
And your kids are older
yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Henry is 16. He's the youngest one at 16. So, um, but he does like to spend time with me. But I mean, and then I have an my second youngest will be 18 on Thursday. So she's a senior this year in high school. And then the rest are in their 20s. So I have three at home. The oldest two are moved out. So
So you have 5
I
is
don't
that
know. I mean,
5 kids? You have 5 kids?
yes, I have five.
Wow. I'm always in awe, like,
Yeah,
I grew up in a big family, but it was like a blended family, and I only have 2,
yeah.
and I just don't know how people with big families do it, like, it's amazing to me, people with big
Well,
families.
I had 2 and I was like, I'm not having any more, and then, like, 4 years later, I'm like, "Okay, maybe 1 more," and then, like, 4 years later, I was like, "Okay, maybe 1 more," and it just I ended up with a big family, and I hadn't really planned on that, but it's been awesome. I mean, they're 11 years from the beginning to the end, so
Yeah.
it's quite the span, so it's not like they were
Let's
all super, super close, but
yeah. So where do I find inspiration to create my makes? You always have the best ideas. Well, I just look on Instagram. I really just see Instagram patterns. And I mean, if I see something that I like, a lot of times, like I'll make it. And then, like with some patterns, I'll like modify them to like make different things. I've only done a handful of like of my own ideas. I'm not like Miss Pattern Design Guru right here, Stacy, who creates patterns like crazy. I just make other patterns that I, get from other like buy on Etsy mostly or find on Instagram. So that's where so we should ask Stacy the question where she gets her inspiration for her pattern designing.
well, before I was a pattern designer or before I did crochet, I owned a cloth diapering company for 11 years. So my company, it was called Bottom Bumpers. And I designed and made sewed cloth diapers, and before that, I made sewing patterns and did
Oh, okay.
sewing. I was a seamstress for a living, so I ran my own business for, like, 12 years, like, quite a long time ago, and
Mhm.
then I went back to work full time the last 10 years. So, I've always been really creative and just, like, it just sometimes just hits me and I have to, like it just hits me and I have to do, like, what my brain's telling me to do. I can't get it off of my brain, like, so I just have to I have to do it when it's inspiration hits, I have to make it or I will
What is
forget
that
about it.
phrase? Hit while the fire's hot or something like that? What's that phrase?
Yeah, yes. Yep, so it's just like so when the juices are flowing, I mean, I just and I'll continually write stuff down that I'm like, "Hey, I need to make that animal," or, "I need to do this thing," or, "I mean, it'd be neat to, like, have an animal that was shaped like that," or whatever, and I'll just write things down in a book, and then there's times when I'm just like, I just wanna make what someone else has already designed that I already know that's good too, so, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I try a lot of other people's stuff too, but and doing other people's stuff gives me inspiration, like learning a new technique and you're like, "Oh, man, that'd be a neat way to do,"
Yeah.
to to do this thing or whatever, so
And so one of the
I don't
things
know.
that holds me back, I think the most from diving like full force into pattern design and all that, is like that fear of someone thinking that they copied you. When you
Yeah.
know, like you did not copy anyone's idea, like how do you like manage that? Like to not feel that way.
Well, I think that me personally, which I've talked about this before in a video, like, I when I have an idea in my brain of, like, a size or a shape that I wanna do, I look for it. I go on Pinterest, I'll go on Instagram, I'll go on Etsy, and I will make sure that nobody has something that's similar to it. Like, when I was
Hmm.
doing the pint-sized pals, like, I made sure that, like, nobody had really that style, that was no-sew, that went from head to toe, like, that was that size. I mean, obviously, there's bigger ones out there that I don't even know if there's bigger ones out there that are no-sew from head to toe, but, and that was just kind of like, okay, then once you get past that, it was just like especially when you find, like, a design, like the pint-sized pals or the fancy pants where no one's doing that exact thing, you could just
Yeah.
make whatever animal you want without really kinda worrying about it, but and I mean, I just know that I design and write everything from scratch, so
Yeah.
I mean, I've had somebody contact me before, or I've had people send me links to what other people are doing and like, "Hey, this looks really close to what you're doing," and I'm like, "It's
It's
okay."
not though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I have, someone asked if I ever designed a pattern that I didn't release. I Not really, no. I've designed a couple patterns. I took down my very first one that I ever did.
What was it?
Sammy the pig is what it was, the very first pattern I ever did. I took it down and I was gonna redo it, and I don't I'll probably release it on my Patreon or something for free, but yeah, I took it down, but and I've started things that I've gotten so far into and ended up not liking,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, I made a snake that, like, sat and coiled on itself, um and I wrote it all out, and I tried it, like, 3 times and got it perfected, and then it was just so much work. I just
You're
didn't
like, nope, can't do that.
No, it had a whole bunch of, like, slip stitch rounds to kind of make it curl that I wasn't loving making it, and so I just
Yeah.
stopped.
You really have to like enjoy what you're making, I think, because then it
Yeah,
takes the
yeah,
joy out of it if you
yeah.
aren't liking it.
Well, I think part of it's that I don't have the pressure of this being an income and
Hmm.
needing to do it either, so, like, it's just fun, so if I design something and it you know, doesn't sell a bunch, I had fun,
Yeah.
like, I could still use it for my own markets and my own makes, and I still had a good time, so
So do you have aspirations or whatever to like I think I saw to do this like full time and not work a 9 to 5?
oh, I would love to, but I carry, like, the family insurance
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and,
That's a big thing.
Yeah, which my husband can get it now at his new job, but it's like 5 times as much. I mean, you might as well buy it on your own. It's not wonderful, so it's kinda one of those things, like, until get to the point where you feel like you could he either gets a job that would carry it or we get enough stuff paid down. Like, right now, it's just, like, if I can take all the money I'm making that's extra and just help pay down stuff, then that maybe will get me a little closer to where I don't
So that's
have to
like
work if I
long
didn't want
term,
to.
like, yes, I'd love to
Yeah.
do something down in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I still have a couple years before all my kids are 18 or out of the house. I may
Yeah.
have 4 or 5 years before everyone's out of the house, and so I'll probably, it'll probably be a while
Yeah.
if I do it at
But
all. Who
you
knows?
seem to be managing very well though, in all that you do and the patterns that you release and everything that you do. Um, I made your skunk for the first time. So here's the
Yes,
little
I saw your black video.
yes, the black challenge. I was so sad that he got picked up so many times at the market, but this one he didn't find a home for this market, but I'm sure that he will. It's very cute.
Yes,
Very
Pepper,
cute.
and so I was doing rodents for a while, like the skunk, the hamster, the bunny, and there's one more, squirrel. And then
Yeah,
I kinda lost motivation for that, and I haven't went back to it yet.
well, a possum would be a good one to do because you could make an opossum
Yeah,
out of your skunk pretty easily, I think.
yeah,
I'm sure someone probably, let's see, suggested that. Let's see. I think you had a pattern design question. Oh, yeah, there it is. What's your approach on pattern design? Do you start with a drawing or just go straight to crocheting the shape and go from there?
I don't draw, so I definitely don't start with drawing usually. Um, usually so sometimes I literally just in my head, I'm imagining the shape that I'm trying to make and just start working on it, and I write it down in a book as I go. And then sometimes I'm imagining a shape and it's a little bit more complicated, like mathematically, like trying to get the stitches in the right places and the increases and decreases, to kind of make that shape, that I do it in a pattern. Like I'll make a copy of an old pattern and then just work it in Canva first, and then I'll pull it up on Canva and literally work it and modify it in Canva as I test it myself to kinda see if it and sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't, like,
Hmm.
um, sometimes I have to revisit it, but yeah, you it's w sometimes I have a picture, like a not of a crocheted plushie, but sometimes of, like, maybe a stuffed animal or a cartoon character or something that
Yeah, I did
gets me
those
inspiration.
inside out characters by pictures. So I mean, I know I could do something, but I run into the like, I don't know what I want to make. Like don't really know like what pattern I'd want to make. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know I could do it, but it's just time too. But I really
Yeah, I
don't
think
have an excuse because here's Stacy working full time and doing that. So I really have no excuse. Like honestly, I'm
well,
just
most of it's probably just driven from, gosh, I wish I had a small market make that took me about an hour that I could make, like a
uh,
body style that I could just make a bunch of animals out of, like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's kind of where the fancy pants came from and the pint sized spouse, I mean, it was just like, I wish I had something that I could get about an hour, but it like looks like it takes longer, but it's, versatile and it just kind of grew from there. So
Yeah. I love that. I just need to probably just need to I probably just need to manage my time better. But I mean, doing 2 videos a week is probably
you do a lot of videos, yeah, and
yeah.
I mean, I do that one video, I don't hardly edit. I mean, that's not I don't usually do the videos to try to make a whole bunch of money from them or anything, like, and really grow my channel necessarily, but just kind of just to participate in the community, and so I just stopped editing as much and
Mhm.
just try to
Yeah, I think everyone
show
has
what I
their own
make and
kind of like niche of what they want to do with their business and
yeah.
right now, pattern designing is just not at the top of my list, but it's on my list. It's just not at the top, which is
I
fine.
do
Okay, I
really
think we
enjoy it though, so
all right, so let's see. We have some questions. Are you done with fancy pants or plan to make more? Heather asks.
Oh, just the other day, I made a list of all the fancy pants that I never that I still would like to go back and do. Um, there's still a puppy, a
Oh.
monkey, a raccoon. Um, there was a cat because I did cat in the pint-sized pals, but never did one in the fancy pants.
Well, and the cool thing is you
Um,
don't you use the heads kind of a little bit interchangeably, so it's not like you have to redesign the whole thing, it's kind of like you
it just
have to.
depends. Some of the fancy pants are worked from the bottom up, like the chicken head was worked from the bottom up, so when I made, like, the duck and the goose, like, I had to start from the face going back,
Oh,
so I
okay.
had to redo that one completely, but and the cat was just from scratch, I didn't even have a cat, but the pig and the cow, where I started the pint-sized pal, was definitely I was trying to just take the head off the fancy pants, but I ended up needing to make it a little bit smaller because I wanted it to really be compact, and so I ended up kind of tweaking it and then trying to make all the ears in the round. And my fancy pants, all my ears aren't in the round. So, which if I make more fancy pants, you might see them that way.
Well, now
I
you found it
prefer
you
them that
figured out a
way.
new technique, so you got it.
Right, yeah, and I prefer them that way. If I can make them in the round and make them big enough, because 'cause they're a little bit s but the animals in the pint-sized pals are a little smaller, so, the ears I don't feel like have to be as big, but I need a fancy pants dragon. And a puppy? Okay.
Puppy and a
Someone to keep in track.
dragon. Dragon, Stacy.
A dragon?
Yeah, fancy pants dragon, let's see, a cord of crochet would like that. Oh no,
There's
the
so much
husband is
yarn.
here. The husband has arrived on the chat. Watch
Oh,
out.
no. Is that him calling you
He's
out about your yarn?
yes. And yours. And yours too.
Well, look, there's more over there.
She has way more yarn than I do.
And
Pretty
that's
sure.
there's a little tubby in front of me too, you can't see.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Does
It's a
your husband
problem,
give
but you
you
have to have
enough
it
huh?
accessible. You have to have all the colors and all the different sizes so that when you have inspiration, you've got it available.
Yes. You just hey, I make enough to pay for the yarn, and that's what I tell him. I make enough to pay for the
Yeah,
yarn. That's all that
yeah.
matters. Manda wants to know if you've ever thought about doing a tiger. I think that was a little ways up. You ever thought about doing a
Um,
tiger?
I haven't. Probably just because the stripes,
I
I'm
know the dragon stripes are so hard. Makes it
yeah, and
oh
like, zebras are kind of the same way, right? Like, the color changes and tiger stripes, and same with, like, a leopard spot, I mean, it's just you get into some of those animals, and it's just I don't know. We'll think about that one.
gotta come up with a way to make tiger stripes easier.
I
Think
guess you
on
could
that
just
one for a
embroider them.
while.
You could just embroider them on when you're done,
Yeah.
but
I have done a tiger that way though. Honestly, I think it was one of
yeah.
my very first like tiger patterns that I did. Um and I don't even remember the designer. It was just some random one I found on Etsy and that's how the stripes were done. It was like no I don't even remember who the designer was, but um it was just crochet. It was like just surface done on, like sewn
Yeah.
on, whatever.
Yeah, I think I would
Um,
worry about, like, kids picking at it and it not, like, standing up very well to, like, wear and tear, I think, if it was all
yeah.
embroidered on them. So,
Let's see. Did I
just
tell my
embroider
most
the
recent
stripes.
yarn story? So, okay, the yarn story is I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday because I ran out of yarn for my Persian towels blanket, and they didn't have the color that I needed, and so I got other yarn. So I told him I was going to go and just get one skein, and he's like, "Yeah, oh sure you are." He was like, "Sure you are," and then I'm like, "I am," and then but then I need another color for this, and then he's like, "See," and then I ended up like needing like three different skeins of yarn. So turns out I didn't even get the color that I wanted, but I got like four or five other skeins. So yeah, that's just how it happens with yarn, I think. So
Yeah.
unfortunately. He does not like the story that I told. Go ahead and you can type out the story there, buddy. Let him let him tell the story. He can type it out more. He's not on live. He can say whatever he wants. Okay. Let's see. Robin says embroider the stripes. Surface slip stitch crocheting could help keep the stripes more secure. That's true. Okay, I decided I'm going to do the elephant one with his pants would be in Alabama. Oh, this is oh, for the tiger thing. I think that's what Amanda's talking about.
Yeah.
Doing a tiger for the LSU colors. I don't know if you saw that one. All right.
Yeah, someone has does the gator the same way and like puts the Florida Gator colors on the overalls.
I made these really cute. When I first started crocheting, I took Crochet Grove's Longhorn cow. And then I'm a sewer too, like I sew as well. But I made a little like handkerchief from Texas Longhorns, and I made it a little handkerchief like out of fabric, and it was really cute because that was like it was a gift for one of my friend's daughters that was going to college. So there should be a husband's live so they can complain about us, perhaps. Does your husband complain about you, Stacy? And all your
Every
yarn?
time a box arrives, like I've this has just been our thing ever since. Like if it's clothes or shoes or yarn or whatever it is, if it comes and it's addressed to me, it's like they just send me samples all the time. Like I just these free samples, they just show up in the mail.
I don't know what.
So like every time I get a package, he's like, "Wow, more free samples." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly."
it's
It's all
crazy.
it's crazy how they just send me free clothes and free samples and free shoes and
I don't know why it says it's from Amazon. I don't know.
right. I mean, Old
Or
Navy just loves to send me stuff, like
Michaels
send me
and
yarns.
Premier and all the others. Like, yeah, they just love us so much because we
Did
spend so much money with them.
did you buy into the Premier Basics, the Mama Made Minis yarn?
I did. I did because I had bought like some Premier Basics on Facebook Marketplace. And this was the first time I really ever used it. So, and I kind of liked it. So I was like, sure, I'll buy into it. And supposedly my order will arrive on Friday. So we'll see.
Did you
I
get all the
haven't really
colors?
crocheted that much with it. Huh?
Did you get all the colors?
Yeah, I got, close your ears, husband. I got two of
Ah,
every color. Well, because you can't really make anything big with one. I learned the hard way.
yes. Yeah, it's true.
So I felt like I
True.
had to order two because if I wanted to make anything, of decent
Substantial.
size,
Yeah.
then I would need to. So
OMG. It's all part of the gig. She's gotta do it for the community.
I'll make a video on it and it'll make money. The
Yeah,
views will pay
exactly.
for it. Just the yarn haul video will
Right.
pay for it, right?
Right. Exactly. It's a write-off.
And it is a write off. Let's see.
I got on too late and missed the 2 browns that sold out. So I missed the mocha and toast, which is okay. But,
Did you order from Mama Made Minis or did you order from Premier?
I ordered from Premier, but then when I went over to Mama Made Minis after I missed it on Premier and I placed my order there, they were also out of the same 2 colors, so I couldn't get it from either place, but
Well, I think I got them all. I mean, I ordered them all, but I saw on somewhere, I think Instagram, I think someone said that they ordered all the colors, but then got colors like canceled off their order because they
oh,
had
yeah?
ran out or something. So,
Yeah. And I didn't buy every color. There was a couple colors that were like I got the greens, I got the new browns. I didn't buy like the new pink, I don't think, or the new nectar. So there was a few that I didn't do. But
yeah, I just did all of them because I don't know. I felt like it would be a good video to make and I could
well,
just
we
pay
needed
for
you
the
to.
yarn with the views on the video. and I'll
That's
use it.
right.
It's not like it's not gonna pay
Yes.
for itself. So, it's fine.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. It's all fine. Yep.
It's all
It's all part of
fine.
it.
It's just part of it. Let's see. I think I saw a question. Um, what was the last pattern that you bought?
Ooh.
You guys can answer in the chat too. What's the last pattern that you bought? I'm gonna bring up the one that I just bought today.
Let me look.
Drop them in the chat. What's the last pattern that you bought? I'm gonna show the one I bought because I'm very excited about it. Where can I find it?
Let me make sure I've downloaded the last one that I bought.
Let's see what Dragon for
Okay,
my
my last
3D
one I
printed
bought
ink.
was I bought all from Jade's new book PDF. I bought the book and the PDF,
Oh, okay.
and I haven't made anything from it yet.
Oh, I have one going right now from that because I bought that last week. This is my next
Yes.
one. Sneak peek for my video.
Oh, wow, it's huge.
It's not really that huge. I use Parfait Plush and a 5.5 millimeter hook.
Way bigger than I thought it would be.
I don't have a
But yeah, I
can.
got that. I bought poly pellets, and I've already pre-packed some little things.
Hattie the Harvest
So,
Hare. Let's see. I'm just seeing what other people bought. 2 bundles of spluters. Happy Turtle Crochet. Spring Chicks. Okay, here's the one that I bought. And this kind of reminded me of the little Disney inspired dolls that I did from whatchamacallit? The Friendly Red Fox. But I saw these, the little they're little Pringle pals, or I don't miss it's called Pringy Pal Crochet. And this is her very first pattern ever. And it's just
they're like
these,
little dolls?
yeah, they're little dolls, but let me show. So you make it like
Ooh, the little
look,
dress and the little overalls.
you make it look like your like primary school picture. Hold on, let's see if it plays again. It's so okay, there it is. Okay, go. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute.
So yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh my God, that is adorable. So I'm planning to dig up a picture of each of my girls and then crochet like a little like mini them, you know. Trying to
Yeah.
get the first one
Yeah.
done for my youngest daughter who turns 19 next week. So I'm trying to get it done for her. But that's the last pattern that I bought and it just came out today. So
The
we'll
Little
see how that
Pals
turns
by
out.
Single Pal Crochet.
Yeah.
Stitching for Smiles says that's the last one she bought too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I bought that one. That's the one.
A lot of people bought all from Jade's book.
Be
We
making
run in the
all
same
the
circles,
little.
right?
Yeah, we all like the same thing. They do kind of look like precious moments, these little Pringle Pal, or what are they called? Pringy? I don't remember. I'm terrible with the name of it. But yeah, it's her very first pattern. So I was Pringy
Cute.
Pal. Yeah. So
Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
try and get one made this week for my video on Thursday, but we'll see. Butterfly Dragon. Let's see what else. Bent Needles Crochet bought your Dolly, Eddie, and Steve.
Thank you, Leslie.
Larry the Turtle from LA Crochet. Butterfly Dragon. Yeah, the little dolls. I can't wait to make one. But now I'm trying to figure out what picture to use for my daughters because when
Their
I was
first
gonna
day of
use
school picture or something.
their first day of school pictures, but I was looking for my youngest daughter's first day of school picture and I had just broken my wrist And so I don't have a good like first day of school picture of her. I have one of me and her, and I can't tell exactly what she's wearing. She's just wearing like a little purple t-shirt, a Merida t-shirt, I think, and some shorts. And so I don't know that I love that little outfit. So I'm gonna try it and find another one. But of course, my oldest daughter has like the little first day of school with her little backpack, and so that one will be good. But um, yeah, second children, they never get the same. I try really hard to get to keep things equal, but the first day of school picture just did not work out. But I had a good reason. I broke my wrist, so there's that. So there is that. All right. Still have not. Melody have not started blue challenge yet. Blue color challenge that comes. Mm, I don't even have it scheduled till mid-May, so I'm not worried about that one yet. A school photo from kindergarten would probably work. Maybe I'll look at that. But anyway, the cute ocean bundle from Poggy's Place. What other ones?
Oh, I love Mom Stitchetti's Laying Dragon crafty jersey. I pattern tested her garden dragon, the strawberry version. It's a project, but it was so worth it, and it sold.
I feel like I have one of her dragon patterns. I wonder if that's the one I have.
Yeah, she has, like, the snuggle dragon that's just plain, and then she has a garden dragons that's got, like, a mushroom, a flower, strawberry.
Hmm.
I was it's really cool. Like I
Oh,
said,
I'm
it's
gonna
a
see
little
which
bit
one
of
I
a
have.
project, but
Dragons usually are, although
I would
I
say
need
it's
to make
less of a
another
project
Night
than a lot of
Fury.
dragons.
I need to make another Snuggle Beans Crochet Night Fury Dragon because spoiler for Thursday's video, it sold. First time I took it to market, it sold. So that's a good dragon to make.
Yeah, Snuggle Beans Night Fury, like the sploot is was the easiest one I think I've done.
Yeah, I like
I mean,
that was
that
the
I
one
found
that's
too. I bought like 5 or 6 and then I went through all of them to see which I thought would be the fastest one.
yeah, that one's not too bad. Like
It's not
it's
bad at all.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
No, not the
Mm.
jumbo one, Robin. I didn't even take that one. That giant thing is staring at me right here, and it's probably gonna stare at me for a while. But no, just the Snuggle Beans Crochet Night Fury did sold. Um, let's see, which dragon did I? Oh, let's see. From Mom Stitch Eddie, I did the dragon. I did this dragon crochet pattern pack. It's not the one you did, I don't think. This is one of her older ones. This one. That's the
Oh
only
yeah,
dragon I.
the laying down one is the Snuggle Dragon.
Okay, that's the one I
So,
made.
yeah, that's the Snuggle Dragon without the mods, and then she's got the garden I'm trying to think what it's called, garden dragons or something, and it's got the different variations for, like, the tail tips and the
Oh, okay.
horns and
And it's a
stuff.
totally separate pattern.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I see it. That's really cute. I don't want to
yeah,
buy
I
a whole nother
tested the
pattern for it
strawberry
though.
one. Mm, and it's, like, made from the head back all one piece, just like the laying down one, I think is. I think you just have to sew on the wings and horns and
All the parts.
surface crochet the spike.
Um, oh, so how did I break my wrist? Okay, this is a story. Um, so we live in Arizona and it's hot in the summer. And we were so excited because we got a water park. And so my daughters were obviously my youngest was going into kindergarten, my oldest was in second grade. And so excited. They were just getting old enough to get on the big ride. So we had done like all the kiddie kind of like slides. And we were going to our first big ride or the big slide or whatever. And it was hot. So the ground is hot. And the place that the slide thing we were going on is the one where you get on a mat and you go down on the mat. Um, and so you had to pick up your mat and leave your shoes at the bottom of the ride. But it was still like a walk of, a little ways to get to where the stairs were to go up to the top of the thing. And it was hot and we didn't have shoes on. And so I get the brilliant idea that I am going to stand on my mat while I wait for everybody else to catch up to us, which was not a very good idea. And I ended up slipping on the mat and I went to break my fall with my wrist and broke it. And so I had a nice like surgery and I have, you know, stitches where it was a whole thing. So
You
needless to
did it up
say,
good,
that
huh?
cut our trip to the water park very short, and we did not go back for a long time. I think my kids were forever like scarred about going to water parks because the minute I fell, I knew that it was broken. Like I had never broken a bone before, but it hurt so bad that I just knew it was broken. So, yeah, that
Ouch.
was the story of how I broke my wrist. Not a fun thing. All
I've
right.
only ever broken my pinky toe on my foot.
That's the only thing I've ever broken is my wrist. It was a doozy though. So that's how I broke it. So let's see. Yeah, so I had my husband carry I took my big giant 6-foot dragon to my first market because it's pretty close to our house and he was carrying it around and I was like, "Go try and sell this thing." But it didn't work. He got oohs and ahs though about it. But I couldn't take it to my market this weekend because there was nowhere to put it. Like my booth just there was nowhere to display it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that big thing. It's just giant. I don't even have anywhere to display it here.
How long
Who
is it?
knows? It's 6 feet long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's giant. That was I'm gonna finish the little caterpillar, not little caterpillar. It's a big caterpillar. I'm gonna finish the big one, but I think I might just donate that to like a classroom and not try and sell it. I think the hungry caterpillar thing because I don't want
Yeah.
another giant plushie in my house. I decided that I don't want to make any more giant ones. No more giant plushies for me. I think I've got enough for now. So, all right. Anyone else? Anything else going on in the chat that I missed here? I was talking about breaking my wrist. I don't think so. So, one of the things before, let's see. So, we're planning to stay on about 15, 20 more minutes or so. But one of the things that when I first saw Stacy on YouTube, when I first started on YouTube, was her hosting the crochet retreats. And so I just kind of wanted to see how you came about starting those and if you had any like just advice for other people who might want to start hosting their own crochet retreats.
Sure. Well, the idea came because my mom actually is a cross stitcher. My mom has cross stitched my whole life, and she does like these amazing, huge, neat pictures. I'll have to show them sometime. She says it doesn't take talent to do that, but I told her I'm like it takes so much patience though, and that I do not have. But she goes with her mom and her sister, and they had a couple friends that used to go, and they would go every year, once a week. They'd rent a cabin and they would just go bring food and they'd go stitch. And I'm like, I want to do that, but like crochet, right?
Hmm.
And so it's kind of how the idea came about. And I'm like, I need that kind of vacation, like where I just get to go crochet. And then I thought, what if, I don't know anybody besides Tara in real life, that my daughter that crocheted. So I'm like, maybe my followers would want to go, but then how do I vet them, right? Like, how do I make sure that you don't get crazy people, which, it's a risk in itself. It's a lot of
Yeah.
liability to take on, and I thought, "I'm just gonna give it a whirl." I mean, I set up a Google form application that had a bunch of questions, and, like, I made people link their social medias and tell me about themselves, and, um, so I could see that they're real people, and, like, they had to link their real accounts and
Mhm.
how long they've been crocheting and tell me about yourself and that kind of thing, and then some of them I knew from commenting on my page, like my lives or my
Yeah.
YouTube channel, like who they were, some of 'em I was kind of familiar with, and then it was just trying to find a central location that holds, you need more beds than you need rooms necessarily because, a bunch of strangers don't wanna sleep in beds with other strangers, but
Yeah.
and then you needed big gathering places, like you needed a big living room because you're gonna have a lot of carts or stuff, and bags and polyfill and all these things. And so, how many people can you comfortably get into a living space and then have beds to sleep in and still have, be comfortable and have room, have enough bathrooms and all that. So I just began searching on, VRBO and Airbnb, trying to find the right place and then figuring out how many people you could fit in there and divided by how much it was going to cost. And then the first retreat and the second one, I did all the food. Um, I planned all the meals and
Yeah,
brought all
that's
the
a
food.
lot.
So yeah, all their food was included in their cost. And then I also had activities, and I also contacted companies and had, like, giveaways and that kinda stuff, so it was a lot more involved, which if I didn't work full time, I would do a lot. I mean, I only have so much vacation time though, so
Yeah.
I I have, 3 or 4 weeks a year, and so between family vacation and stuff like that, it's like I can only take off so much time to go on a retreat, so anyway, that's kinda how I got started, and then after 2 years of a lot of the same people coming, that 3rd year, the 3rd one, I just needed a break from everything, like, lots of stuff
You
going on.
needed a mama getaway.
Right, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna do one, but, like, let's all like, what if we just had people that we've met before and we just all split the meals and we just do a sign-up sheet and you pay a little bit less but we don't do activities and I just made a sign-up sheet and told them about how much it would be depending on, like, whether they wanted a private room or a shared room. I mean, I did a little bit more for the private rooms just because, if you want
Yeah.
people having to share versus people who got their own room or bathroom or that kind of thing, and just kinda went from there, which I've been really enjoying the shared responsibility ones.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Like, I hosted, um, when I was in network marketing, I would host team retreats. And the time that I did, my husband is probably going to comment on this one, because I rented an entire house. And then and these were people that I knew, and they still would cancel. Like, and so then we were left with a big bill. And so that's kind of what keeps me from doing it, is because I don't want to be left with the bill of people canceling last minute or whatever. So did you require prepayment for everything? And like,
Yeah, hired, they had to be so much of a deposit, to hold their spot, and then I created, like, a, Instagram group chat with everybody in it, and then a half, 2 months before, depending on when I had to pay my final deposit on the house, they had to pay their balance, and if they canceled up until that point, it was fine, like, but once they paid their second balance, if they canceled, I would refund them if I could find someone to take their spot, but if I couldn't, then it was non-refundable is the way that the application was written, which actually happened this last time, unfortunately, not this 4th trip, but the 3rd trip. Like, the week before, someone had to cancel, and I didn't have anyone to fill a spot because it was a more chill
mhm.
retreat, and she knew she wasn't gonna, and I told her I was sorry. I mean, it was gonna come out of my own pocket if I refunded it, and
Yeah, yeah.
so she just didn't get her money back, but the very first one backed out, and I had a wait list, and I was able to get somebody off the wait list to take her spot, so I was able to refund her.
Oh, that's nice.
Um, yeah,
So you
so,
having a
like
wait list. So I'm just thinking of like different, you know, takeaways for anyone that is thinking about or considering hosting a retreat. Just, some things to think about if you're planning one of those.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, I rounded up, a little from, I mean, I didn't make a bunch of money or anything off
Oh
of
yeah,
these
yeah.
retreats. I mean,
They're not money
I
makers.
no, I mean, there's probably a way to do it where you could make some money, but I mean, I didn't necessarily need to walk away from it making money. The trip was just because I wanted to do it and meet these people, and so we basically, by the time it was all said and done, they paid for the Airbnb or the VRBO, and they helped pay for the supplies. Like when I did the activities, like the little and the food, what they were contributing for their part was their part of the bed and food and that kind of thing, and I just kinda had to math it all out to make sure that when I charged X amount for certain types of rooms and things, that I was gonna get enough to cover,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, and I had a wait list, and I still have people that message and ask about coming to the next one, "How do I get in?" And I mean, that would like us to do another one that's for followers, and which I would love to, but at the same time, like, I only have so much vacation,
yeah.
so
I know this has come up on other lives with Robin and Heather, where one of the things that could be a way for someone to do something like that is to host it like at a hotel, and everybody just pays for to go to the same hotel, like, and everybody show up to the
mhm.
same place, and then you just use the common space,
Or
or
conference
you,
room or yeah,
yeah, get a conference room for crochet time or whatever. So that was something that has come up as a way. I remember being at I was at a pop-up market, and I was talking to somebody that came in and was telling me that there's someone, I think it was, I can't remember what kind of craft she did, but it was like a big giant, like whatever the craft was, conference where that's what they did. They just came to this like big hotel and they had like craft time of whatever. I can't remember what the craft was. So I don't know. I don't know about anything like that for crocheters, if there is anything. So
yeah. And we had talked about, I mean, me and April had discussed even doing that, but me personally, like, it's just so nice to go into the house and, like, move in and, like, it's like being at your home, and you can settle and you can create a spot where this is where all your stuff is, and you're not lugging it to and from, like, a conference room but I mean, it would be if you didn't know. I mean, that's the comfort
a
level,
way to get to know
whatever you
people, I
feel.
guess. It would be a way to get to
Yeah.
know more people.
Yeah, you just get to sit around and, we just talk about our lives, and, you could stay in your lounge clothes, and we didn't have to leave. I mean, we literally just park our cars, and we don't go anywhere for 4
Yeah.
days, like, we all have brought enough food, drink, and supplies and yarn to just sit. And
Yeah. See,
just, "Okay, I think
I'm
I'll take
on
a
the
shower. It's 2 in the afternoon." I mean, we just watched some YouTube, and we just
yeah, I'm
chilled,
definitely more
so
on the side of like the cabin type feel and stuff. I've always been that kind of personality where I'm not great in front of like big crowds of people. I'm definitely more of a small group gathering kind of person. So,
yeah,
um,
yeah, and it was nice. I mean, I would I was a little nervous, obviously, because, I was showing up not having met everyone in person, but
so is that how you met April? I think someone asked how you met April.
yeah, the first time we met was at the very first retreat, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I talked her into coming. She wasn't gonna come, and she's like, "I really wish I could though," and I'm like, just it was right in the middle of, like, all of her festivals,
Hmm.
And I'm
So
like,
did
"But
you
she
just
didn't
know her
have one
from
that
YouTube
weekend."
then?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. What did Shannon say? "Wait a second, I noticed some skunk testers here. Shouldn't you be busy making skunks?" Hey now, Shannon. My skunk head's over there. I am pattern testing Shannon's skunk right now. I got my fish done.
Looks like my fish. Looks like my
Yeah,
well,
is
yours
yours
you are
mine's
you
Naughty Ball.
oh, mine's Naughty Ball or Posh. I don't know.
Mhm.
Oh, I have this one
Yep.
too. Oh wait, this one I think looks more like yours. Yeah, it's our fishies.
Yeah.
The
I
pattern is
think these are
pinned if
gonna be a
anybody
hit.
hasn't got it yet. I think the pattern, yeah, I still have it pinned, so.
Hey,
Um,
Beth. Brooke and yeah, Beth is in the comments. Her and her daughter Brooke came to the one last spring. That was so fun. She ended up rooming with me in April. We ended up like so the one last spring, 2 weeks before the retreat, I basically found out that the place that I had rented was a scam. No
oh
joke.
no.
Like, yeah, I have a whole video. I'm sure like it's in my video, but like 2 weeks before it came up, basically I noticed that I went in, I hadn't gotten a bunch of directions about like my stay, but my second payment had come out and I knew I had booked it and I went into their calendar and it had the dates that I had reserved were all of a sudden looked like they were
Open?
available. And I'm like, "Wait, wait, wait, that's when I have it reserved." And so I messaged them and they're like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, I mean, they gave me the runaround like crazy and I had to find a place for 20 people at like the last minute
Oh my
and it
gosh,
was
what a
crazy.
nightmare.
Yeah, so I had to move the city a little bit, and we ended up not having as many private rooms as were supposed to, but everyone still really wanted to come, and we're like, "I don't care where I sleep, like, I'll sleep on the floor." People were like, "We still wanna come." That was very stressful. That was a disaster right beforehand, and that's the one that I was like, it was still fun, but, like, the next one was the first one that I did that was just like, "Okay, no new people."
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. What'd Shannon say? Oh, how the bass doing at markets. I haven't went to a market yet, with my bass. I don't know if anyone else in the comments has. I have my first
I
market
think
and the only market I had this spring a week from Saturday.
Cami made bag buddies for her bass and sold them all at her market this past weekend.
Yay!
Awesome. I
The
don't know how
Rainbow
many
Bright at the
fishermen we really
retreat.
have, but I brought 2. I didn't have but I didn't sell any because I don't know that we have we don't have many lakes around here. So,
True. That's true. Bass are big around here. Bass
we have
fishing,
1
fishing in
lake,
general.
but it's a desert here pretty much, so don't even think about it. That's funny. Haha.
Don't even think about what?
Probably hosting a
Hosting
retreat or something. It was probably something to do with the retreat, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I had to, like, do a chargeback on my card, and I got all my money back
Well, that's good.
from the scam place, but I had to put my own money down on the new place while I waited for that money to come through, and the new place was a little bit more than the old place, but it worked out. It was just a lot.
Husband says, "Hosting a retreat? No, no." That's funny.
Fly into hours.
Yeah, I think once you get burned on a hosting a retreat, I think it's hard to want to do it again. I mean, I would love to go to one if somebody else hosted it, but I
Yeah.
don't know that I could host one. What's a G market? I think that was in I had my G market and sold 2 plushies. I don't know what a G market is.
Is that Cammy? That's what
Um,
she had it.
Cammy's the one that sold a lot of the ones she made. Oh, first market. She had her first market and sold 2 plushies. Well, I guess 2 is better than none at all, I guess. What kind of market was it? My retreat will be my backyard without my kids. Haha, that's funny.
Amanda, you still need to make one. She was supposed to go and had to back out, I think. Wasn't it the first one?
So what state do you live in again? Tennessee?
I'm in
No,
Southern Illinois.
Illinois, okay.
Mhm. But, like, I've hosted them in Kentucky and Indiana so far just because I April's from Southern Ohio, and so, like, and they've just happened to have been, like, that direction, so
They usually drive a couple hours to get to the spot or whatever?
yeah. I don't think I would wanna fly into one and be the host just because
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be such a big deal if you did the kind that we just did where you're sharing responsibilities, but you also just can't take all the stuff that you want,
Yeah, you
like
can't pack up the car and just go.
yeah.
You're definitely limited on that. So, yeah, I don't know. There's just not I don't think I've seen anyone hosting retreats out here on the West Coast. So,
Well,
I haven't seen any.
Refined Vibes did one, but she did them Oklahoma. She's from Nevada, but she did hers in Oklahoma
I think
and
she's in
Tennessee.
Arizona now, I think.
Yeah, she is.
I met her I went to a
Yeah.
market that um she was doing a market like probably less than 10 minutes from my house, and so we went to it, and um it was the first time that I ever went and introduced myself to a YouTuber. It was funny.
Isn't that weird?
She was really nice.
Have you had subscribers or followers come up to you in markets?
I have, a few times here,
Yeah.
but not a lot of time, just a couple times.
Yeah. Me
I
too,
mean, I'm
just a couple
always telling
times, and
people about my
it's like,
channel,
"Ooh."
like, so yeah, it was the hot air balloon event. That's where I met Refined Vibes. And now she's a mama.
How was it counting stitches in a group of chatting ladies? Well, I surprisingly can follow a pattern and chat and count at the same time. I don't know if it's one of my ADHD habits or ADHD talents. April, not so much. So she's like had to do stuff that was like really like her own patterns are really easy or lots of rounds of the single crochet so she could not, mess up.
Yeah. Oh, you had Pogsy's place? What is her Kelly? Is Kelly her name? Pogsy's place? That's so
Yeah,
cool that
Kelly.
she came up
Mhm.
to you at a market. Brainless
April's
patterns.
still here. Oops, I was talking about April and she's still here. You can only do brainless patterns.
I feel like that's what I would be able to do too. Let's see. All right.
It is an ADHD superpower, says Shannon.
That's funny.
It's surprisingly like when I have to have music or a movie or something going on when I am doing some like crocheting, and I have to do something while I'm watching a movie so that I can focus on both. It's the weirdest thing, like, I know that sounds really weird, like I'm at work and I have to have some kind of music or something going on, or my brain will just I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it, but
I mean, I can watch a show and count, I guess, but maybe I'm just not really paying attention to the show very much. I don't know. But I do tend to need to do like mindless stuff when I'm watching TV, like the market bags. I can do market bags when I'm watching TV, but
yeah.
anything that requires too much like increases and decreases and stuff, I can't. I don't think I can do it watching TV. Definitely not talking. I definitely probably could not carry on a conversation and crochet at the same time, but
Yeah.
we're all
I guess I've
different.
just something I've learned to do. Yeah. Funny.
All right. Well, should we wrap it up? My daughter's about ready to walk in the door. Next week, um, let's see, just is there anyone? Next week we are going to have, let me pull up the picture. Christine from
Oh,
What's Up Cupcake is going to be on with me next week. And then the following week, I think I'm going to go solo. And then I'll be lining up guests for the rest of the month. So that that is going to do it. So thank you, Stacy, for jumping on with me, and you guys
for
all
having
for
me.
coming in to the live. Hope everyone has a good night, and I guess we will see you guys later.
Okay, we'll
Bye.
talk to you later, guys. Bye.